Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. I went to go see my new buddy Rick. Rick lives pretty close to me, and Rick had some Mopar parts. He wanted them out of his way, so we struck up a deal. Some stuff that he wasn't needing, and wanted to get his garage opened up, cleared out. So I'll show you some of this stuff as I unload it. I got to get it out of the truck so it doesn't get rained on. A little bit. I got my Challenger jacked up here. I've been working on it a little bit in my free spare time, which really doesn't exist. I can tell you about that later. Anyway, let's talk about parts. I got some parts, good stuff. Get these gas tanks unloaded. I believe they're both B-body. Here's a little header extension, 3-inch. If you're familiar, a lot of times your headers will almost run right into the transmission cross member. This is a nice mandrel bent piece you can shove on, comes out, goes that way. You can beat your cross member with it, turn it any direction you like. That's a nice piece to have. Let me get unloaded and I'll tell you about it. Alright, so it's not bad for a single day's parts haul. Let's kind of go over what I got going here. First off, this shiny like new chrome steering wheel. I'm going to send that to my buddy Mopar Nut 62. If y'all hadn't checked him out, go check out his channel. He is very knowledgeable and he helps out all the small time YouTubers. See what else. Got another steering wheel, a couple gas tanks. I believe they are for B-bodies. He said one of them is set up for fuel injection, so that's pretty cool. It's got baffles in it or something. I'll check it out. Kind of a smaller, I want to say this is the larger fan shroud. Would probably be like a 26-inch, and then there's the smaller size one. Those look to be in pretty good shape. It says 22-inch, so good stuff. Some glove box doors. I think he said he had a 71 Swinger, so this one looks like the little bit older style. Maybe this one would be like for my Dart Sport or something like that. Looks in pretty good shape. That one's still got a fuel tank filler neck. Power steering pump. Oil pump in the box. This is a balancer for the 400 crank. I got it over there. I can show it to you. These are gas tank straps that are new in the box. Those are awesome to have. I mentioned my pipe earlier. I'm still proud of that dude. I can go around to that side a minute. B&M shift improver kit for a 727 or 904, so that's great. These are the main caps for the 400 block I got. I think this was a 440 distributor. Maybe that says Hemi on it. I don't know. I'll check it out. Other random bolts. Good odometer water temp gauge. He said he didn't like it because it had a dent in it. And I said, that doesn't bother me at all. So I'll slide her down in there. Let's see. Another distributor. That might be a 440 distributor also. Kind of a longer shaft. I did a video on that one time. Some motor mounts. Look pretty good. New throttle cable for some kind of Mopar. I don't remember what length, but that one looks good. Might be for a body like that Swinger he had. These are for the front fender surrounds. Oh, they look pretty good. Those are kind of hard to come by now. Small stuff. Throttle linkage bracket. A bumper. I'm not sure what that came off of. Y'all might know. It looks a little big for a Swinger. This drive shaft, I think he said that came out of the Monaco that the 400 came out of. So it's a good one. If I need to cut it down for something, I can, because it's their same size here. So they could cut that down, move it, rebalance it. It'll be going in a project, I'm sure. I'm really proud of this. The old torque strap. I say it. 63 to 66 A body. I can make that work in anything, so it'll probably go on my Dark Sport. Power steering brackets look brand new from Mancini. These motor mounts, these were on the 400s. I know they're extra crispy, but they would clean up, and I could probably find some new bushings to go in here. I had dreamed about, if I stuck that 383 I got a week or two ago, if I was going to put that in my Dark Sport, I was wondering if I could use these. I'm sure y'all know, maybe Steve or Mopar Nut would let me know if I can use those. Got a bunch of U-bolts. I don't know what all they're for, but he said take the box. Here's some stock shackles, and I dreamed about, it's got a little purple paint. Maybe these need to go on the rear of that Roadrunner that I've been working on, and go ahead and drop the back down to where it's about factory again. I'll see what the owner thinks. Header extension collectors. He said these are TTIs, came with a really nice set of headers, but they just didn't end up using those. They used something else. Old dirty gloves. This is, I believe, a grommet for a valve cover. I said, man, can I have that grommet? It looks, sometimes you get a funky size in a valve cover and you need that. These are just stock 440 pistons and rods. Here's my 400 block. That was one of the main reasons I kind of went to see him, because 400 blocks are kind of hard to come by now. So this one is stock, never been bored. It's a 75 model, and I found the numbers on the other bottom end casting number. 2 transmissions. I can tell you about those real quick. This is just the one that was the stock one behind that 400. He said it was pulling fine, but there's nothing special about it. This was actually a race transmission. You'll see it's got the big holes drilled here. And I asked John Wilburn, why was that a common practice? He said it would let the converter cool a little easier, and sometimes someone may even spray their converter between rounds or something. It looks like they moved their vent hole up to here. So that's cool. But the guy said they bought a Roadrunner, Rick. They bought a Roadrunner, and he got tired of shifting it. He said it was a manual valve body. This transmission was pulling great when they pulled it out, but he didn't want to have to shift it anymore. So they swapped transmissions and just set that one aside. So it should be good to go for something. This is a 440 steel crank. Let's see if I can, I'm sorry, forged steel crank. You hear it there. But Rick's dad said it had been turned 30 and 30, so that's kind of, I think that might be the limit. Y'all let me know what you think. But I said, sure, I'll take it. This is the stock 400 crank cast. It doesn't quite have the ring, does it? 452 heads off the 400. So I know they're crusty, but I'm sure they'd clean up, and they've never been cut or worked or anything, so they're probably great. This was the 400 converter, so it's got the weights on it. I just figured, yeah, I'll take that. Gas pedal over there, alternator and bracket for the 400. This is a little bit different bumper, or no, it's the same bumper as that one. Maybe that's off the Monaco, maybe that's off the Swinger. This Holley fuel pump, I may throw it in the toolbox. He said that was on the race car, and they didn't want an electric fuel pump on the race car. So I said, all right, I'll take it. Front timing cover. These splash covers, I think, for an A body. Let's see, this is the distributor out of that 400, so it's got the short shaft. it spins freely, so I can clean it up really nice and reuse it. Valve covers off the 400. I believe that bumperette, there's a pair of them. That's probably for that 71 swinger there. So they look to be in pretty good shape. For sure, driver quality. The rocker shafts. This Isky box. Here's the drive shaft loop, also off that race car. I just happen to have a Barracuda that needs one. I want to see this old Isky box. Yeah, it's got solid lifters and push rods in it. And I asked him about these lifters. He said that they didn't have but maybe a few minutes of run time on them or something. I'm not sure what the deal was. I don't know if I can reuse them or not, but it was cool. Yeah, I mean, he said load it up. I said yes sir. So we got it going on here. Intermediate shafts in there. Just kind of small parts, pulleys, brackets. Rick and his dad were really cool guys, and I appreciate them. Like I said, we struck up a deal on these parts, and I'm sure I'll find a home for all of them at some point. Just give me enough time, and I'll have enough projects or something to do with them. The Challenger, had the battery charging on it. I did a little bit of work to the intake because this has got the easy EFI on it. So whenever I had switched that, this is a dual plane intake, I had to do a little fab work on the intake. But I'm getting the Challenger ready for a video coming up pretty soon. Hopefully y'all will like it. I talked to my buddy Adam at Hoosier Garage. Y'all saw my Hoosier shirt a minute ago. So we may can do a collab on that. Make it something cool and funky. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Before I forget, I got a quick video at the end of this showing Rick's Challenger. It's pretty freaking sweet. He said that's just an old beater. Y'all check it out. Really an awesome car. He's a good guy. His dad's a great guy, and I definitely got to give them a shout out. So thank y'all, and I'll see you next time.